Hey guys, it's your boy M.K.S. I hope everyone's well. I'm back with part 3 of my video. Hopefully I'll get as many viewers as possible, of course, and hopefully people out there will enjoy it. Hope as many people out there will enjoy it as possible, and I'll brighten your day somehow, and you'll find my ideas interesting. It'd be great to have new subscribers, obviously, and anyone sharing the video or supporting the video or my channel generally is really welcome and much appreciated. And any likes and sharing of the video, as I say, or anything like that is much appreciated. And hope I'll get as many Italian football fans and Celtic football fans and people from Asia and Africa, people of colour and other such groups, disabled people, especially my fellow dyslexics and people with ADHD and other neurodiverse conditions, supporting my channel as much as possible. That'd be great. Videos I make like this, I'm hoping in the future, because I know I mentioned this quite a few times, but just in case there's any new subscribers or people forget, or any new viewers or people forget or whatever, most of the money I plan to give to charity anyway, or give to things like Italian football or Celtic. Like videos like this, I'll probably give to either Italian football or Celtic, or probably half of each. So if it gets enough views and shares and all that, so Italian fans supporting it will be, or Celtic fans supporting it will be supporting Celtic and Italy respectively. And also hopefully the more I get it trending and things like that, if I can, the more hopefully I hope it will raise the brand value of Italian football. So that's one of my goals and my dream. And one of my dreams is to support Italian football and Celtic in terms of like raising the brand value. I hope they won't just like in league football. I hope they won't just buy good players, but also develop some of the local talent as well, both in Italy, especially in Italy's case, because I support the national team as well. And from Glasgow, from Celtic's point of view, obviously it will benefit the local area as well. But also, I'm not a big fan. I'm not against or pro Scotland that much, but I'm much more. Obviously, I am an Italian fan, but I only support Celtic in Scotland, if that makes sense. But I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Scotland do well, but I prefer to see obviously Italy do better. That's more important to me, because Italy has more chance of becoming the top, because we have 4 World Cups and things like that. So anyway, but it can help the local area, Glasgow, which is deprived, and also by investing in young players, training up young players, you also get you save money on buying players, and also you can sell them on, as I often say. So you're investing in something where you can save money and that kind of thing. Anywho, as ever, I'd love to know what people think about these videos, if I dare ask, and I'm going to try and get on my list. So number 21, I hope to make merchandise such as, or to encourage people to make merchandise such as, say for instance, please make Italian football proud again, bringing back the good old days of Italian football, the glory days like the 90s, investing in, also sometimes, obviously, I know I mentioned not buying too many players, but also investing in young talent, but also there could still be like players like Messi. I'd love to see Messi come and join Ronaldo at Juve. That'd be amazing to see them play at the same team, or some might say player for a rival team. Then it makes it more interesting. But yeah, I'd love to see players like that, which could help the brand value. So I still love to see players being bought, and the league and like Italian teams like Serie A teams do well in European Cups and World Club Cups and things like that, internationally and things like that. But also developing young players, and also like I dream for like former players or even current players to buy their own land, to invest in training academies, football pitches, and things like that. So players like Roberto Baggio or Andrea Pirlo, if he gets a chance to like train people on how he got to where he got, and like train the younger players so he can make his own academy and like make appearances there. And maybe like also now new players, when players play for Italy and even for Serie A clubs, even players like Ronaldo, encouraging them to also be brand ambassadors for the club, like for Juventus in this case, and also to train people from Turin, train Juventus youngsters like fans and all that, like in park football as well, and also perhaps set up his own academy and give him tax losses. And I love like the taxes Italian people pay, the taxes people pay when they go to Italy, like the footballers, like people like Ronaldo, or in the past when Beckham was there, like those taxes that they pay could go into investing in football academies instead of, which would be beneficial, like, because obviously people play football, they're healthier, they're probably going to be more happier, they're probably going to be more productive and things like that. So yeah, to invest in their own training academies, like PLO, and like so Serie A and the Italian national team could have like contracts where when people join Serie A or Italian clubs, obviously mainly Serie A, some of the lower league clubs as well, perhaps to an extent, and also the national team, they could then as part of their contract, accept their own academies with their tax money, or when they retire, they could, especially people from Italy itself, could be encouraged to train up the young people and all that kind of thing. Like players like Maldini, former players like Maldini. I'd love to see them get involved more in training young players, Cannavaro and people like that as well. And again, set up their own academies and that sort of thing. Number 22, I hope for Italian football to look at what it can learn from the rest of the world, including in terms of building sponsorships, but also tactics and things like that, and how Serie A can learn from other leagues about how to improve the game. And maybe like Serie A, people involved in Serie A could watch other leagues and see how what sort of things they can learn from those leagues and that sort of thing. Number 23, again, hope for as many sponsors as possible. Again, like I talked about before, like fans and people from the Italian diaspora and Scotch, Irish people of Irish descent to invest in Celtic, respectively, and Italians to invest, like people from the diaspora, to invest in Italian football, or like even not just invest, but just like give them money and sponsor them, and just like give them freebies and buy footballs, training equipment, football gear, football boots, trainers, training facilities, for whatever a player needs to develop. 24, again, hope for Italy to come together as a country, and also like Celtic and Italians to practice together, which I talked before about. Hopefully they'll learn from each other, and hopefully also Celtic will become the number one team in Scotland and win the most trophies and become as successful as possible, and Italian football, like the club teams, will win the most trophies internationally, and also the national team as well. So I hope that mutual training will work together, and also like training with improving relations with France and other countries through football, and Spain and other Mediterranean nations. 25, in the future, I dream, as I've probably talked about in the past, like I dream to work with FIFA in terms of making like the Mediterranean Cups, the Mediterranean Cup, Tricolor Cup, the Mediterranean Cup, the Republic Cup, and the Tricolor Cup, which I call Mr. T because it's Mediterranean, Republic, and Tricolor, and all sorts of cups like that, which they can, which hopefully will benefit Italy again with more practice, more training, and that sort of thing for younger players. Number 26, again, hope to encourage as many sponsors as possible, especially to sponsor youth level football, sponsor their own cups, tournaments, tourneys, leagues, events generally, coaching experiences, penalty shootout tournaments, chances to meet former professional players or even current professional players and get signed autographs, signed stuff, signed memorabilia and all that kind of thing, autographs basically and that sort of thing, like autographed or signed shirts and kits generally and things like that. Number 27, again, hope for there to be a list of the top contributors to Italian football, those who have represented Italian football either by helping Italian teams win a competition internationally or for investing and things like that, coaching, managing, playing, whatever else that they've done to, and also being ambassadors for the team, like going overseas and representing the club, especially and including former players and current players, and also like again having as many academies and places to play football as possible, and older players training people like Roberto Baggio and people like that, as I talked about before, and also people like Mourinho who have won trophies internationally. I forgot a point I was going to say, but yes, so heroes of Italian football. Again, Celtic, whatever ideas I have for Italian football can pretty much be applied for Celtic, generally speaking, and vice versa. Damn it, I thought of a point, but I forgot. But yeah, those who have contributed to Italian football in some way and improved Italian football could be named in like the Hall of Fame, Wall of Fame, the Walk of Fame, and things like that. And basically be honoured and things like that, which I've talked about before. And it's really annoying. I forgot my point, what I was going to say, but yeah, so that honouring those who have contributed to Italian football in some way, again by coaching, managing, playing for, like overseas players like Ronaldo, being ambassadors for, or sponsoring or funding So big companies that have invested in Italian football and things like that could be honoured. And number 28, hopefully this will turn Italian football around. I'd love to be in the future be known as the guy who helped to transform Italian football again, improve Italian football to where it was before, or bring back the glory days of Italian football and things like that, or even make it even better than it was before, when it was possibly the top league in the world, possibly one of the top nations in the world as well. I hope to make it the top nation. And again, Italian clubs to win trophies like that outside of Italy. And yeah, that sort of thing. And again, like players like Roberto Baggio and Pirlo training people themselves, like going to train and setting up their own academies, as I say, and like actually being there and talking about what they did to become a great striker or midfielder or whatever position they were in. Again, people like Maldini or Cannavaro or Buffon, people like that. Maybe Buffon could retire and let younger players take over, but also like he could, if he wanted to keep himself busy, he could like be involved in coaching younger goalkeepers, because he was a top goalkeeper. I think he's got a bit old now, so it'd probably be good seeing that younger players. And I think that's important to let younger players come through. 29, I hope for my fellow Anglo-Indians and dyslexic people to support Italian football, to encourage them to buy the kits and merchandise, which again hopefully will help Italian football financially, which I hope to help Italian football financially as much as possible, because that will help, I'm sure, hopefully, most importantly, to, and again similar for Celtic, to lead to trophies. Again, I hope for Celtic to win as many trophies as possible as well and become the most successful club in Scotland, and as successful as they can be. And again, to improve relations between, like, so Italians, Celtic fans or youth players, Italian youth players, French young players, and Mediterranean players as well, including improving relations between Italy and France as well. Like the tricolour, they're both Mediterranean nations. They both got from republics, and they both got the tricolour as a flag, and that sort of thing. So I hope to make like Forza France, which Forza I think in Italian or Latin means go, which or like come on. So it's like England fans say come on. I know I've said a few of these things before, but just to reiterate some of those older ideas. And 30, I'd love to know what you think, and any come up with any new ideas, and maybe I'll make some more in the future, like maybe even tomorrow, or maybe next Sunday or whenever. Anywho, I hope I learned to talk properly, and I hope you like these videos. And I'm going to go for a shower and think of some more ideas, and hope you're not bored of my videos, and hope you enjoy them. Peace and love.